So today what we want to do is talk about some observations on the economy. Today I went and looked at an industrial site that they're starting to prep to build a big lithium battery plant. And I went through about 8 towns I hadn't been through for years. And I stopped at several of them. Now on the way to this site and back, what I noticed was there were quite a few homes that had roll-off dumpsters in front of them where the homes were being gutted or the contents of the home were being thrown away. So this was a combination of repos, evictions, and rehabs. The next thing I noticed was a lot of the dollar stores and the mom and pop grocery stores were permanently closed in a lot of the sites where I used to stop and buy supplies and fuel. A lot of the small non-corporate gas stations were also permanently closed. I stopped at several of the dollar stores during the day, and I noticed there was a lot of people that would bring a lot of things up to the counter, and what they would do is they would have the items scanned until they reached how much money they had, and then they would leave the rest of the stuff on the counter. So it's kind of like 2008 where we're starting to see people, they will ring through the register until they use up their money and then leave the rest of the material behind. Now there was also an interesting thing I saw at one of the Family Dollar stores, and this one lady was in front of me and everything rung up wrong price-wise. And the two women working there said they didn't have enough people to change the prices on the shelf or to stock the store properly and put stuff where it's supposed to be. And what's interesting, in North Carolina, the law requires them to give you the item at the posted price on the shelf. And of course, most people don't know that, don't stand up for themselves. So I find it really interesting that a lot of the stores are so short of personnel they can't change the price tags in the store. And it'll be interesting to see if, as people wise up and realize they can force a store to sell at the price it's posted, whether the stores will just close or they'll just stop changing the price tags and not worry about it. Or they'll hire additional personnel to stock the store properly and change price tags. It's hard to say what's going to happen. I went to one of the shopping malls on the way back that I frequent, and there was very few people in there. There was almost no patrons. I would say in the entire shopping mall I probably saw 10 people. And approximately 2/3 of the shopping mall had been turned to office space, churches, Salvation Army, and one of the big anchor stores had been replaced with a furniture store. So we're starting to see a lot of turnover in business. The other thing I saw is traveling through the countryside to these various sites that I was visiting. I noticed a lot of the cropland that used to be planted in years past is not planted. So I would say in our area, probably 1/3 of previously planted cropland is not planted. So that's a few of the observations I noticed. To me, the area I'm in is starting to look like it did back in 2008, 2009. So let us know how things are going in your area. Please comment, rate, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.